Hey there and welcome to my Infinity Sun reading vlog. I, along with a lot of other people I am sure, are very excited to read Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera, which is his debut into fantasy. Adam Silvera, who has predominantly so far written contemporary novels. He is the author of More Happy Than Not, History Is All You Left Me, They Both Die in the End, and also co-author of What If It's Us, who he co-wrote with Becky Albertalli. And then a year or two ago, he mentioned that he would be writing a fantasy novel, and all the Adam Silvera fans out there lost their shit. And here it is, Infinity Sun. This is an arc that I received through my work. For those of you who don't know, I work at a bookstore, and every now and again we get sent arcs, or as they call it, reader copies. And I saw this on the shelf out the back, and I proceeded to scream internally and then asked if I could borrow it. So this will be my reading vlog for this book. In terms of Adam Silvera's other work that I've read, I have read They Both Die at the End and What If It's Us. Now with these two books, I will say, critically speaking, this one I ended up enjoying. I think I gave it 3.5 stars when I did read it. For the first half of the book, I wasn't sold until I got to the end, and you know they're both going to die at the end. It's the name of the damn book, but it's a tragedy, basically, because they do both die at the end. And you end up caring about these characters, and then they both die at the end. How many times will I say that? Probably a few more. So when this started to pull on my heartstrings, that was when I ended up really enjoying it. With this one, again, I think halfway through, I started to get hooked and a little bit invested. I feel like Adam Silvera's characters can sound similar in ways, and I don't know if that's just his writing style. Like, the vocabulary that he uses is very unique to him as an author, and also one of the reasons why people do love his works. But personally, this could go either way. So here's hoping that it goes a good way, but either way, throughout this vlog, you will see my thoughts and my experience with reading Infinity Sun. So without further ado, let's just start the damn vlog off. Hello there, it is Christmas Eve. I've just finished work at the bookstore today and I'm on my way to my car. I have some initial thoughts on Infinity Sun, and that is that it is very like Adam Silvera's other books, and by that I mean the characters sound the same. So I'm not really sure. I'm only about 50 pages into it, so I shouldn't judge it too harshly. I've just got to try and find my way into the car. Hang on. And we're back. So, Infinity Sun. Like I said, it's sounding like Adam Silvera's other characters that he's written that I've read so far, and I don't know how I feel about that. Also, not 50 pages in, only 26 pages in, so whoops. I know I shouldn't be judging it yet, but he has this writing style where he's like, he writes like a bro, like he's a pal and he's talking to you face to face, which is great, but when all your characters are written like that, it can sound a little bit repetitive. So I'm still keen to see the fantasy element come through and see how that goes, but so far I'm on the fence. And I'm hoping that changes, because this cover, amazing. I'm really excited to read it. Those are my initial thoughts. So my plans for now, I now have to drive to my in-laws. We're going to have dinner, and then tomorrow is Christmas Day. I'm working straight through until just before New Year's now. Tired, but also happy at the moment. So expect to see more of that in this vlog. And yeah, I guess I will talk to you guys later. Okay, so it's a little bit later on. It is now 10 to 9 p.m. I got home around 8 from dinner. I am tired, but for some reason I really feel like setting up my January spread on my new bullet journal. So that's what I'm currently doing, even though this is not related to Infinity Sun or reading. It sort of is, because I like to set up like my tracking stuff for my reading. So I don't know. Let me show you what I'm currently doing. So I went to Kiki K after work and bought this Paper Lovers book full of stickers and all sorts for my journal. I've got my colour pencils. I've got Evie over there. I've got a very messy desk, so ignore that. My pencil case and this year's journal still with all of my spread that I've got going on, and I'm currently trying to put my habit tracker in this new one, which did look lovely until my coffee cup spilled on it in my bag. So hopefully I can fix this. But what I like to start off with is I like to just quickly plan out my pages with a little bit of pencil like that. And I thought I would start off with my habit tracker just because they are a bit annoying to set up. So what I've noticed so far from my 2019 journal is that the squares are actually smaller. Let's see if you can tell. Yeah, the squares are smaller and the pages are thicker than my new one. So I'm not sure if I love that yet or not. But it makes the habit tracker look a lot bigger, so that could be kind of cool. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to get some journaling done. And Merry Christmas for yesterday. No, I did not vlog at all yesterday because I did 2 Christmases before 10 a.m. and then went to work and then fell asleep when I got home. So I didn't do a whole lot of reading yesterday, but I still got a few pages in. I am currently up to page 108. I thought I would share some brief thoughts on Infinity Sun while I put my face on to go to work again. I'm currently up to chapter 13, and so far I have seen 4 different perspectives, and I love multiple point of view stories and books told through that medium, but sometimes an author will decide to use first person narration for heaps of different point of view characters, and it can sort of start to blend and sound the same. At this point in time, 100 pages into Infinity Sun, it's happening a little bit, it's not happening too much, so it's not heaps of an issue. But like I did say earlier, Adam Silvera's characters are blending together in my mind from his previous books and with Infinity Sun. And I know different authors have their different writing styles, and it could just be his writing style, but that's happening. And I'm sort of expecting the storyline to pull me along and away from that aspect, and then I think I'll start to enjoy the book a lot more. As it is for the moment, the 4 different perspectives that I've read have been Emil, Brighton, Maribel, and Ness, I think. Emil and Brighton are the brothers that the blurb talks about, and then the other characters sort of expand the world a little bit more and help to introduce some of the politics into the world. As for the world itself, it's a lot. There's magic, there's enforcers, we have the celestials, and then there's also the specters. Where is my eyebrow pencil? Being a redhead means that these are my favorite friends ever. So yeah, there's a little bit going on with the world, which I really like. It's just I'm a little bit confused at times. I think, like I said, I'm still trying to work out where everyone stands in the world and the politics and things like that. So it is sort of setting up for something, which is good. My only main criticism of it so far, and I think this is more of a personal taste with books, is I think I have come to the conclusion that I don't like stories. How do I put this? I enjoy magical worlds more when they stand at least a little bit apart from our ordinary world. So for example, I love Harry Potter, even though it is one of those fantasy worlds where it has a foot in our world and then a foot in its own world, because basically you go to Hogwarts and it's completely magical and something that we've never seen before. To bring that back around to Infinity Sun, this one is that mesh of here's the real world with magical elements in it, and that's not really my cup of tea anymore. I think. Or was it ever? I'm not sure. There's people having fights in the streets with their celestial powers and shit, and someone's on his phone recording it and not helping or stepping in or running away or whatever, because, you know, that's just something that happens in their world, and that's not really meshing with my taste. But I will say one of my favorite things about this book so far is the social commentary on social media and the instant gratification that that can bring us, and how much importance that we place in social media instead of the actual real world. One of the main characters in the book so far, you know, is counting on how many hits he'll get from a fight that he films between two celestials, and when he doesn't, you know, achieve the results that he think he will, it disheartens him and it impacts his real everyday life for something that is just on social media. So I really quickly just finished off my face because I was starting to ramble. But basically, for this little check-in, I don't mind Infinity Sun so far. I like the social media commentary in it. I like Emil so far. Brighton is sort of annoying me as a character, but I think he's meant to. I feel like he's probably going to have a satisfying character arc, whether that be good or bad. And I'm also keen to understand the world a little bit more. I am confusion a little bit, but I'm excited to see where it all goes. So hopefully I can get some reading done in my break at work tonight. And yeah, a kind of chill Boxing Day, which I'm very happy about. So see you at the next check-in. Day 11 of working straight through Christmas. It's going good. It's fine. Everything's fine. So, hello. It is the 28th of December. We've done Christmas. We've done Boxing Day. We're still working. We're good. So just quickly, today I went to work and now I am home, and there's still a little bit of daylight left, so I thought that I would do some chores and also share some more brief thoughts on Infinity Sun. Where's the book? Let me get the book. So, positives first. I'm actually starting to enjoy this for realsies. Before I was sort of like, yeah, it's a story and it's happening. But now I'm like, yeah, no, I want to keep on reading and I want to know what happens. And I'm really hoping that a particular character goes a little bit morally grey there. I'm holding out for that hope. Again, no spoilers. Also, you can probably tell that I've started to enjoy it because I've started to fold the pages a little bit here as well. Some of these are little annoying things, but the majority of them I've tagged because I've really liked the moments. So let's see if we can find some non-spoilery moments to share. So one of the people with powers says to someone else, "Humanity is what makes heroes, not powers. The strongest power above all is a living heart. Humanity is what makes heroes, not powers." And that quote, when I was reading that, I could just picture it on like bookmarks on all the merch out there. People are going to go crazy for that because it felt really nice reading that and it spoke to the heart. I really love that passage, so well done Adam Silvera for that. Another thing that I'm really enjoying, which I've already briefly sort of touched upon, is the social media aspect of this and basically just the commentary on all of that. As for the only real negative thing that I have to say at the moment about this, and I've mentioned it before, but it's the tone of the writing, which is a trademark of Adam Silvera's work, which instantly clicks with some people, but sometimes for me it just grates on me a little bit. It happens a little bit, but one of them is he describes learning how to defend yourself and punch back and all that sort of thing as learning how to swing bones with a certain character. Alright, and then another character describes like their video getting picked up by BuzzFeed. He says his video got cribbed by BuzzFeed, and it's just like, it's very hip, which I know is some people's jam, but it's not really my jam. It's just some of the descriptions seem a little bit young and like they might date. But basically, enjoying Infinity Sun, which is great because I wanted to do that. So that's my little check-in. Like I said, I do have a few things to do before I can sit down and watch some more episodes of The Witcher, because that's what we're currently watching, and Henry Cavill as The Witcher is hilarious and great and just really nice to look at. So maybe I'll do a montage, and that will inspire me to do the things that I need to do. Let's be real, it probably won't. But cue the montage. Just finished watching this. What even is that ending? Need season 2 now. Don't know when it will come out, but I need it. What? Hi there. It is about 3 o'clock. It is Sunday, and I have to go to work in a few hours, which will be fun. It will be day 11 or 12 straight. Is it 12? Yeah, I think it's 12 now. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow and then the day after that, because those are my next days off, and it'll be great. So yeah, this is what I'm currently doing. I'm trying to finish off my last vlog that I started, which was the Tome Topple vlog, which will hopefully definitely be up on my channel by the time that this vlog comes out. In reading news though, shit's going down, that's great, but I have had to flick back and forth a couple of times just to try and understand what the fuck is happening. I don't know if it's just my tired brain or if everything is just not written out word for word for me, and if I have to actually, oh dear, if I have to actually use my brain. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna go back to editing this, which I'm nearly done with. That's probably all you're gonna get from me today, because I don't know if I want to take a nap maybe before work, before night shift. I'm tired. Was there even a real big point to this check-in? Hopefully motivation increases tenfold. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. Okay, bye. Morning. It is New Year's Eve. We made it. We made it here. My first day off was yesterday, and I didn't do a whole lot. I went to dinner at my friend's house, and that was really nice. And yeah, I just thought I would give you a list of things that I want to do today, and then we'll see if they get done, because I am still feeling very tired and a little bit drained, and by a little bit drained I mean a lot, but that's what happens when you overwork for a small amount of time. Anyway, plans for today. 1. YouTube content filmed. Well, I can't even string sentences. Film some YouTube content that I've been wanting to film for a while, as in all my 2019 wrap-ups and thoughts and things like that. Also a December wrap-up. Also some other fun things that I've been thinking of. 2, read some more of Infinity Sun, because I have probably little over 100 pages to go. I want to say 150, maybe. It's getting a bit struggly to read it, but we're gonna do that. Evie's just waking up, okay. And 3, clean some of my house, because I want to go into the new year with a clean house, because that will make me feel great. I hope. I think it will. So those are the 3 things that I hopefully can make a start on or get done today. I do potentially have plans for tonight, but we're going to play it by ear, so we'll see. Okay, let's get up. Let's start New Year's Eve. Good morning. Did you have a good sleep in your big girl bed? Yeah. Okay, come on. It's time to get up. Come on. Okay, that's a bit of a turn of events. I am on page 255, and something that I thought might happen, where I thought the story would head, has gone in that direction, and I think I like it, because how do I say this without spoilers? I wanted some more conflict, and I just got some more conflict, so yeah, let's see where this goes. Okay, this conflict is unfolding very, very fast. It's like a spanner that's just been hurtled through the air and just shatters the entire fucking wall. So that's good. So 3 people just died on the one page. Whew. And then there was a twist, so cool. Did I like where that just went? Not 100%. Man, you guys are probably going to get real sick of me being so vague, but I don't want to give you spoilers for this because I want you to be able to watch this if you haven't read the book. So life just be like that sometimes. Anyway, I'm procrastinating. I have cleaned at least one room of the house today though, so that's good. Maybe I'll just read a little bit more of this before I do, because turns out in order to do a reading vlog, you actually have to read the book. Let's get some more of this done. Okay, wow, who is this girl? She's so good at vlogging today. You're getting all the updates on New Year's Eve. So currently, I am writing an article for the Nerd Daily, which I should have already sent off, but I've been quite slack. And it's all on how to organize your bookshelves. You know, if you have some bookshelves, ignore this, then you will want them set out a certain way. So that's fun. But in not fun news, if you watched my last vlog, which was the Tome Topple Readathon vlog, you will have noticed that New South Wales was on fire, and that was a month ago. And we're on fire again. There's a fire about a K away from us at the moment. So, Happy New Year's Eve to us! It looks like we should be okay at the moment, fingers crossed. There are a lot of houses between it and us, but it is literally a K or 2 away, so I'm not sure what tonight's plans are going to end up looking like. So yeah, that is another little update for you on this Tuesday afternoon. I am going to continue writing this because I'm nearly done. And I'm actually being good and motivated at the moment, which is really weird. So I want to continue on with that and also try and distract myself because fires are my biggest fear. I come from the country and that shit just rips through and you can't stop it, or it's very difficult to stop. It takes time and resources. And yeah, so I'm going to go distract myself. And there's a helicopter going over the house. Cool. Yeah, so that got a bit worse. Luckily, I've packed the car. Hi, me again. So I've packed the car, and Evie and I, Evie's just here. She's just been a floppy girl. We're probably gonna leave soon. Not that our house is in danger as of this minute, but I would just prefer not to be so close. Also choose, this is Evie's tail. This is what we're currently looking at, and yeah, don't really know what else to say other than a bit anxious. Don't know if I'll be getting a whole lot of reading done, which doesn't really seem that important right now, but that's that. Morning. It is Thursday, and I am just heating up some leftovers from last night. So I did not update you on what happened yesterday and the day after that. Basically, we had to evacuate, which was scary, but Evie and I went to stay at a friend's place for the night with her 2 dogs and her. We basically just packed up my car with the essential things, Evie being the main essential thing, and proceeded to hope like hell that our house would be fine, which it is. We are very lucky. The fire sort of skirted around my suburb. There were a few ember attacks from what I've heard, and firefighters had to put out some people's houses and things like that, but so far I think we're okay. The fire is still classified as being contained on this really handy app that New South Wales people can download called Fires Near Me. We spent the night at home last night though because it was safe to return. That was an interesting start to 2020. So my brief goals for today are to film some YouTube videos, which I was actually meant to do on the 31st, read more of Infinity Sun, and yeah, hopefully I start to edit some of this vlog soon. So yeah, see you in a bit. So I walked outside and I could hear someone singing. He's just chilling. The real question is, can I Hulk carry all three? Let's do this. We're doing it. Morning. It's Saturday today and I have a little reading update, and that is that I have like 30 pages to go of Infinity Sun. So I'm planning on finishing that today. If you can hear a shoojing noise, that's the aircon because it is hot here today. I do have work, but it's not an overly long shift, so there is potential to finish it either in my break today or when I get home. So that's exciting, and then I can give you my wrap-uppy thoughts on it. So hopefully that is what happens today. Okay, so I know it's only been like a second since you last saw me, but for me, it's been over 6 hours, and we had a blackout, and the power is off for nearly 2 hours, and I'm so sweaty. I don't know if you can see it, but... So, I'm going to go have a shower and then we will finish off Infinity Sun. Here we go. And we're back. I am up to page 346 and I have until page 353. So I literally have 9 pages to go. I'm really proud of myself that I can still maths right now because today was a day. So I'm going to finish this right now, then we're going to talk about it, and that will be this vlog. Cue the montage. Okay, so first of all, let me just acknowledge the fact that I'm about to try and give you my spoiler-free thoughts on this book right after I've just finished it, which is potentially problematic for a number of reasons, the main one being I haven't had time to let this sink in. I will quickly just say too that I will have a spoilery review up for this on my channel, fingers crossed, so that when you've read the book yourself, you can go check that out. I can basically just blurt all my thoughts out there. Let's try and start with an overall rating. Do I give this a 6 or a 7 out of 10? I'm not sure. If you love Adam Silvera's writing, if his books are for you, you will probably really enjoy this book. I myself, I think, am discovering that his writing is not really for me, and the thing that usually pulls me in with his books are the tragedy aspect, because one thing that he does know how to write well is a tragedy. Like, he does gut-wrenching things really good. But did I love this book as much as I hoped I would? No. Let's start off with some positives though, because this wasn't a bad book. The main thing that I really liked about this book was the commentary on social media and basically living your life through social media and the impact that can have on one's psyche. So basically, in this one, it comes up time and time again of, you know, follower count, your hit ratio, how that makes you important as a person, when in actual fact, social media is not physically a real thing. Another thing done really well in this book, which Adam Silvera is very good at, and hats off to him for that, is the diversity rep. There are characters from all different backgrounds with all different preferences, and it's refreshing to have it put in a book and it be the new normal. Also, people's sexual preferences are pretty much split down the middle. It's not just like 90% of the book are heterosexual. It's more like, well, she's got a girlfriend, he's into guys. It's more of a 50-50 split, which is great, and more books need to include that. There's also the topic of power and what makes someone powerful, and that is a major theme throughout this book. I love a good struggle with power and oneself and all of that. But as for things that I didn't like about this, I'm gonna say it, I don't like Adam Silvera's writing style. I don't like how like he is with his writing, to the fact that it pulls me out of the story. Basically, weird word choices, which is great, but personally, it doesn't do it for me. Another thing is, with this book, you really have to suspend your disbelief with the world building, and that was a point of confusion for me for most of this book. I feel like I have to go through and read the first quarter of this book again to establish the magic system in my head. I love really well fleshed out magic systems. That's why I go for a lot of Robin Hobb, because her magic systems are insane. But this one was like, everything's the same except for there's magic, and we're not going to tell you how that came about, or if that's been there the whole time, or any real history. So I didn't really enjoy that quite so much because, like I said, I was confused for like half of this book, and I think that was why. And the last thing that didn't really hit the mark for me with this book was some of the characters' responses to certain situations. And I don't know if that was just to characterize that person as a certain type, like slot them into the grey area or the good or the evil or what, but at one point a character kills someone and they don't even question the fact that they've just killed someone. Personally, myself, I'd be freaking out. So I think that's more just a personal thing. There's probably a reason why Adam Silvera has written certain characters like that, but reading it, I just, again, had to try and suspend my disbelief a little bit because I didn't know if it felt authentic when I was reading it. So there you go. Those were my very brief and very fresh thoughts on Infinity Son by Adam Silvera, his debut fantasy. It did end on a cliffhanger, and it went somewhere where I was sort of wanting it to go. So will I pick up the second book? Yes, because now I have to know what happens. A 6 or 7 out of 10 out of 5, probably a 3. So that's it for this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. I'm sorry that we sort of just hung out in my house for most of it. In future vlogs, I will try and be more creative and all of that jazz, but for most of this vlog, I was working. I did do 12 days straight, as well as try and vlog my reading experience for this. So it was a lot. It was a lot. But we got there. And yeah, that's it. So let me know down below if you will be picking up Infinity Son by Adam Silvera, and if you're keen for it. If you're not, your thoughts going into it. But please, let's try and leave those comments spoiler free, and I will see you next time. Bye!